Hi everyone, it's Carrie with My Friends Call Me Martha, and yes, I got that nickname after Martha Stewart because I love to cook and I love to be crafty. So I'm here today sharing a quick card with you all, and I hope if this is the first time you're tuning in that you will enjoy the video and want to subscribe and come back and see a video again in the near future. So I'm going to switch this around if I can figure it out. Okay, so this is like the, I don't know, third or fourth app that I've tried today to try to get this to record my face and then record my work surface. So it appears to be working. So this is the card that we are going to make. And then I also, where's my little envelope? I decorated the envelope to have it coordinate. So to get started, I am using the Pretty Peacock card base, and it is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. I do like to score cardstock because it just, I feel like, gives a neater, crisper look. Then I have 2 sheets of 4 by 5 1/4 white. One is for the inside, and then one is the first layer that we're going to emboss. And then from the Gorgeously Made suite, I have the scrapbook paper. And this piece is 4 by about 2 inches, maybe a little over, maybe a little under. And then I'm using Berry Burst and another piece of Pretty Peacock. I got my envelope, and then I have a scrap piece of fresh freesia. I'm going to be using the Tinsel Gems 3-pack, and then I have this silver trim, which I believe comes silver and gold together. And I'm using the Gorgeously Made dies along with the stamp set. And I love the dies along with these 2 beautiful leafy images. It also has a die cut that will give you that like notebook edge, which is great for my scrapbookers. And this makes a cute first layer on the card. This is actually where I started, but I didn't end up using it. And then I also am using the Cheerful Daisies die for the little label tag. All right, so I am gonna start by embossing this. So my embossing folder broke on me, but it still works. Thankfully, it's one of those that it doesn't matter if it's lined up exactly. Like I said, it still works. It's just, it's not hinged together. All right, I'm going to go run this through. So this gives the paper the look like that it is like worn. And then we are going to add our designer series paper, and I just want to make sure there's actually words in the background, so I just was trying to make sure that they are facing the right direction. And then I'm going to use a little piece of trim just to give it a little shimmer in the background. No video is complete without Eve barking. And then I like to just use some Scotch tape to attach it. And then I'm not wasting all that ribbon on the back side that no one is ever gonna see. So it's a fun little trick. Also, for those of us trying to save money to buy more stamps and paper and all the things, I save it in my ribbon. And I do like liquid glue because you have a little bit of extra time to kind of place your layer before it starts to dry. Okay. I've also gone ahead and already cut these images out. I did find with this one, because it's so detailed, I actually ran it through twice, and I used a shim, which means I just I added a piece of my junk mail and sent it to the die cutting machine so that it would give it more pressure. And this little take your pick tool is great because it has this little pokey end and you can push your die cut out. That's what those little holes are for. So I'm gonna see, because I ran it through so many times, it's really secured in there. Okay. And then I'm just gonna finish. Don't need any of that stuff. Okay, and then we got our other leaf here. You gotta be somewhat careful with these pieces so they don't rip. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are, but it is super hot here. We are in Massachusetts, and some towns have had to open up like cooling centers. So for people with AC that don't have AC, they can go cool off, especially some of the elderly. I've been enjoying walking, but it is like way too hot today to do that. Okay, that's that. Now we're gonna do some stamping. So I forgot to mention, I think, that I'm using the ink and tiled stamp set for the Happy Birthday sentiment. And I'm going to use that label. Center it, and then I'm just using some washi tape to kind of hold that in place. And I just want to be careful pulling that tape off. Okay, and then we want to stamp. I had a piece of scrap paper here. I think I'm losing my mind. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Pretty Peacock ink to do this leafy image. And I'm going to stamp once off and then onto my project, just so it's a little bit muted. And then I am going to also stamp the envelope. Just makes it, adds a little extra. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the inside. And then we are going to add a little bit of glue, just kind of randomly. Don't need a whole heck of a lot. Right like that. Okay. Like that. And then I am going to use just a little more piece of Scotch tape just to kind of hold those stems down and just to make sure it doesn't come off. And then I'm going to use dimensionals. And make sure it covers up that tape. And then, again, I love our Take Your Pick tool. It's got this putty end right here, and it easily picks up your dimensionals. Put that there. Oops. Sometimes it flips over. Stick that there. All right, and there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you'll catch me again real soon.